guys, welcome back. I have another empties video for you guys for the months of May and June. Mainly skincare of course, but I've got some of these goodies, so let's just jump right into it. Wow. First is a hair product. It is the Garnier Fructis Smoothing Treat 1 Minute Hair Mask. I talked about this very briefly on my US haul, I believe, because I did buy it and was using it in America. As awesome as it is, 98% naturally derived ingredients, a vegan formula, 94% biodegradable, no silicones, parabens and artificial colorants. It wasn't that great in the sense of a treatment. I guess it is a 1 minute hair mask. It's like a quick treatment. Doesn't really nourish that much, especially for my hair that is quite damaged and dry. I don't think it did much at all. It kind of made it fluff up, frizz up. I bought it because I actually really liked the treatment mask of these, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called, but like this kind of packaging. I really like the ones in Australia, so I thought it's the same, but I guess it's not because it is a 1 minute hair mask, so I guess it's not as rich. It just didn't really do much to my hair, unfortunately. Maybe if you have normal to oilier hair, it's like a nice lightweight treatment. When Logan used it, he's got really thin, light, non-damaged hair, but it's really thin. He really liked it. He said he softened it and it gave him like a little bit of volume, so I guess if you have hair like that, it might work for you. Next, I have a body product. It is the Body Shop Almond Milk and Honey Body Lotion. I really like this, and I really like the whole range of almond milk and honey that Body Shop do. It is specifically formulated for sensitive and dry skin. It's a lightweight formula, but really helps moisturize. You know, some lightweight lotions, it can absorb quick, cool, feels nice, but it doesn't actually like make the moisture last that long. But this, I even use it on like, might be TMI, but I use it on my butt and I could tell my butt was just like so much softer and smoother like the next day compared to when I didn't use it. And it's in like a tube, which is really easy to apply as well. Would 100% recommend to anyone who is after a lightweight lotion but still gets like enough richness from like a richer body butter like cream. It's awesome. Next is a lip balm. It is the Mentholatum Water Lip. It's okay, not amazing. It is a little bit waxy and stays on the lips a little bit. This one had like it smells like condensed milk, so it's actually a really nice smell. It's like really sweet. I believe I bought it because it was cheap, but because it was cheap, it's not like the greatest lip balm. It doesn't last that long, and even though I layer and put a lot of product on, I don't feel like it absorbs that well into my lips. It kind of just sits there, so I used it up, but it's kind of meh, like nothing special in all honesty. A sunscreen, the Mentholatum Sunplay Clear Water SPF 50 with PA++++. So I bought this when I was living in Japan, and they're honestly like 300 or 400 yen, so cheap, like under 500. Maybe it was a little bit more expensive, but about $5. And like, yeah, it's a small container, but it's great for travel. It's 26 mils and it is like a emulsion milk type sunscreen. It actually has a little bit of a blue tint to it, so it helps brighten and tone up your skin, which was like part of the reason I got it. I was like, oh, that's really cool, you know, we'll try it out. The only thing I found was it can peel just a little bit, like ball up on your skin or feel like a little bit grainy on your skin depending on what skincare I wore it with. So that was like the only thing. Besides that, it is definitely quite waterproof, doesn't move, does brighten up a little bit, really good size for travel and all that. But I did find it can get like a little bit, feel a little bit funny on the skin when applying it, and not like the best one for reapplying multiple times. I still find like a gel or really lightweight water-based one to be good to reapply like multiple times. I actually bought it because it was like #1 reviewed on this like literally like ranking magazine. It's called LDK in Japan, but they just rank stuff, and this was like #1 for its quality and price, so I bought it. And honestly, it is so cheap, so even if it does sometimes like pill up, it was still like such a good buy. I do have another one, so hopefully I'll do like a comparison review or show you guys actually what it's like a bit more. We have the La Roche-Posay Toleriane, I don't know how to say it, sensitive, hydrate and soothing moisturizer, I guess. This was the moisturizer for sensitive skin. It helps soothe and calm the skin while hydrating. I bought this when it was like 30 or 40% off at Priceline because I was like, hey, why not? I do need a new moisturizer, and I was using it quite a bit when I was in America for a month because it was a small size, and I thought my skin does tend to get a bit more unstable and flare up a little bit when I travel, so I took it for that reason. mention. It is listed as a prebiotic moisturizer. It has 83% soothing and protective actives like glycerin and hydrates for 48 hours. It also does have ceramide, which helps repair the skin, and then vitamin B3, which helps soothe down the skin. It is a really nice, lightweight, silky texture. It absorbs really nicely and doesn't feel greasy on the skin or anything. I can't say if it soothes like to a extreme extent. One, because my skin doesn't get super burned up or super red. It can get irritated, but it's not to the point where you'd be able to notice something like work instantly. So it was a nice lightweight moisturizer. It felt really gentle, but for the price, it's quite expensive. Like I think normal price is like $30–40. I did get it like 30% off or 40% off, and that's why I did buy it, but it was still like almost $20, and you only get 40 mils. It's quite small. For the price, I don't know, I feel like especially in like K-beauty products, there's probably something that would work the same way or better for a better price and a bigger size. So yeah, I probably won't buy it again. It was a nice, smaller, lightweight moisturizer, but nothing that was like wow for me, unfortunately. Please let me know though if any of you guys have tried more La Roche-Posay products. I have tried some here and there. I don't have extremely sensitive skin, so I feel like I won't be able to see the benefits as much as someone who does have quite sensitive. If you have and have tried it, please let us know in the comments and if it worked for your sensitivity, because I would be really curious if this brand does work for people with sensitive skin. Next, I have the Laneige Waterbank Hydro Mist. So I bought this in Korea and chose it because it was part of the same line as their super famous and iconic sleeping mask. I have mentioned this before on my channel and I really do like it. It was probably the richest face mist I owned. I could tell instantly as soon as I put it on, it was super rich and moisturizing compared to a lot of other mists that like hydrate and they kind of disappear after a little bit, whereas this, I could tell the moisture last, and if I popped it on like last thing before bed, it really kept the moisture in my skin overnight. It does contain green mineral water extracted from kale, watercress and beetroot that helps with moisturizing, and it also has such a fine mist. Like I don't have but the actual mist, it was super fine compared to a lot of other mists out there, and you weren't getting like splotches of water everywhere. It was just like a really nice even fine mist, so I felt like you could wear it even on top of makeup. So honestly, I did really like it. It was a little bit on the expensive side, I'd say, for the size. It is 70 mils. Although if you do have dry skin to extremely dry, I think you could definitely benefit from this. They do even have like a richer version of this, which my mum was using, and the actual liquid is like a more milkier appearance. So that one's even richer, which I don't even know what that would be, because this alone was definitely quite moisturizing. If you have dry skin, definitely would recommend nice one to pop on throughout the day, or even like a toner, I'm sure would be super beneficial as well. Next is the Jeju Orchid Enriched Cream. I didn't actually buy this moisturizer. My mum bought it for herself and she used it for a little bit, but as I have mentioned in the past, she has quite sensitive skin, and unfortunately she did get a little bit of warmness and tingling from it. So I would say if you do have quite sensitive to hypersensitive skin, you may not find it is a fit for you, but she passed it on to me. At first I wasn't that sold. I kind of just felt it was really gluggy and like, I don't know, it didn't really do anything. I'm not sure why, because it was a little while back, but I just didn't have the best first impression. But since being back from Japan, and it is really cold and dry back here in Australia, and I have been using it every day as a day cream, not even night cream, and I have been loving it. It is definitely quite a thick texture and a rich moisturizer. The whole Jeju Orchid range is about anti-aging and being really full of moisture. So the way they describe it on their site is an anti-aging cream that smooths, wrinkles, strengthens, brightens, nourishes and tightens skin. So it's like an all-in-one, your anti-aging miracle, I guess. It does include orchid extract, which is an antioxidant and also helps protect your skin from pollutants. In the sense of fine lines and elasticity, I guess I didn't see the biggest difference because I don't, as I've said before, had many fine lines as of yet, although I really liked the way my skin felt after applied. I did apply a fairly generous amount. On the side it says apply a small amount, but I felt like I got more of the benefits when I applied a generous amount. It left my skin feeling really plump, really dewy, just looked really well moisturized, although I could tell there is quite a high oil content in there, which I don't usually like oily creams. I just don't like the way it feels. It usually feels really greasy or heavy on my skin, although this one did not. But I could tell that when I went to go wash my hands with just water or warm water, like it wouldn't come off. Like I could feel the greasiness, so I actually had to use hand wash or some sort of cleanser to get it off my skin. But in all honesty, I actually really did like it. It wore really well underneath makeup as well. Almost was like a hydrating primer, and because your skin was so bouncy and like plump from it, I felt like the makeup like glided on really easy as well. So if you are looking for a new moisturizer, and especially something that is going to be somewhat anti-aging and really good for dry skin, definitely a good one to go for. I was thoroughly impressed after a while. I think maybe initially I didn't like it because I was like trying it in summer and maybe it was just like a little bit too heavy, but honestly in winter right now, absolutely loved it. Lastly is I don't even know what to say about this product. So it is the Chia Y Chico or Chia Y Chico Tota S3 Powerful Treatment Gel for Sebum Driven Troubles. I have lost the lid because I think this is a big part of the reason why I didn't like this product pretty much at all. The actual top, like where it comes out, broke off, and over time actually. Initially I was like, why does it keep on leaking? Like what's happening to this container? And turns out there was a little crack or cut on the side and just kept getting bigger and bigger, and whenever I tried to close it, it just kept like pulling the thing off, and finally it kind of just like tore it off. Technically it was already like contaminated and there was nothing I could really do about it. It's hypoallergenic for normal to oily and extra sensitive skin. So yes, it is like a spot treatment, but one that you can technically put all over your face like a moisturizer if you've got quite breakout prone acne skin. I was using it as a spot treatment because I don't have breakout prone skin all over. It is usually just breakouts here and there. When I first bought it, I feel like I did have like lots of different types of breakouts, but I feel like now I just get hormonal breakouts. So it's not technically sebum driven breakouts, I guess. So it has Totara extract from Totara trees with Centella asiatica and some other ingredients that help with blemishes but are also antioxidants. I honestly felt like it did nothing. The formula is kind of like gel-like, and when I apply it, it kind of like has a coating on it, but I feel like it doesn't really absorb that well. I don't feel like it reduced my pimples or healed them, and it smells kind of like raw peas or raw beans, so it's not the best smell either. Smells funny. So I ended up replacing it in a little container so I can try use it, but honestly I have not reached for it at all. I've been using other spot treatments because one, it's really annoying to try from this, and in all honesty I don't think it did anything at all, and the container broke quite instantly, so I was like well, that's a bother now and I'm not really gonna do anything about it. So that's all my empties for these 2 months. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.